Hey guys, my name is Ismas. Welcome to Top Channel 101. In this video, let us look at how to create this AC, this air conditioner. So the first thing you have to do is find a lot of reference images so that you have an angle, at least every angle of what you're trying to model. Yeah, so you can see I've already got the reference images, and now I'm starting to model the AC. So you see here, instead of using booleans, I try to use the shapes available in Blender so that I can minimize the number of vertices that are created using booleans. And you can see I added a circle and then used the F key to connect the different faces so that they are connected to the shape I made. See, now I'm trying to add extra loops so that I have sharp edges where they are needed. And yes, and you can see now I'm adding a loop between just to make sure that the inserted part there has enough resolution to look sharp. And yeah, so let's now create the inside part. You can see the steps I'm doing here. That's why I kept this as a time-lapse video, because the steps I'm doing are very repetitive, and going through step by step and showing you how I did the things will take a lot of time, and it would be boring since it's a lot of repeating steps. And right now I'm going to be using I think it's called the spin tool. You'll see me in a second use it. It just makes a duplicate of whatever faces you have selected. So you can see that's a great way to use it. So you just hold down Alt and then R on your keyboard to make a spin around, a duplicate around the 3D cursor in your 3D space. And so this is me trying to make I think it's called I don't know what it's called, the gauge, whatever it is, that mesh around in front of the fan. So I figured out I wanted to make duplicates of. I made a circle, and gave it a bevel object. So here I'm trying to make them so that the separation distance is even. But it wasn't working for me. So instead what I did is create a mesh and then add a lot of loops, and then remove the edges, delete the edges, and then use the spin tool to make a loop of those selected vertices, and then convert that into curves, and then from that curve I added the bevel object. That gave me perfectly evened out the rings, as you can see there. And I'm repeating it here for these other parts, for those I think they are support gauges. And yeah, so there are always a lot of different ways for you to create a shape you want. So you just have to find out the most efficient and most easier way to achieve what you want to achieve. And as you can see, sometimes you see me doing a step and then redoing it, because I found that maybe what I did didn't work out as I wanted. That's why you see me repeating sometimes, doing something and then deleting it and then repeating it in a different way. Yeah, so here I'm creating, I think, those bolts you see there. I also changed the shape a bit from the reference images just because. And and again, you see me here repeating this step again because I thought it wasn't coming out as I wanted, so I did what you see there. And for this part, I think I wanted to create that mesh. The second mesh you see that is going around, but it creates a circle. Let me just show you how I did this. Again, I used the mesh instead of using curves directly. So I created a mesh, made sure that the vertices made the shape I wanted, and after that I converted that into a curve object, and then use the bevel object to create a profile for the bevel, as you can see there. Using a mesh and having it generate the number of ropes you want, the number of rings you want, will help you have even rings than you eyeballing it from scratch. Yeah, so by the way, if you want this model, I will have it on my CG Trader account or my Patreon account, and yeah. So you can see they're very, I'm repeating the same things over and over, but just changing them a bit to achieve different shapes of what I'm going for. By the way, if you use Ctrl B, you will create a bevel for the edge you have selected. If you use Ctrl Shift B, you will create a bevel for a vertex you have selected, like you have seen me do there. And yes, so if you have a circle, if you have a number of vertices selected and you use the shortcut Ctrl Alt S, you will make a circle. You will turn them into a circle. Yes, you turn them into a circle. So I'm reducing the resolution of the pipes you see there, so that after I change them into a face, into a mesh, I don't have a lot of resolution there. So yeah, and here I'm creating those vents, and you can see that's there. So I made a mistake here because I added I think I forgot to switch off a merge selected, but a merge, they're called merge duplicate vertices or merge doubles, and I think I messed up the mesh here, so you will see me try to clean it up here. So this is me cleaning it up. Okay, so we go to the other part. Now I'm just cleaning up some of the edge loops, and yeah, so here I'm creating seams for UV unwrapping. So the modeling part has already been completed, and now I'm converting some of the curves that we had into meshes so that we can also be able to unwrap those. And yeah, and I will be finally converting that, merging it or joining it into one mesh so that it's easier to unwrap, and I don't have a lot of objects, so that I only have to deal with one single object. So I didn't need the vertices or the loops for the back side, so I selected them and deleted them since they will not be visible to the camera. That reduces the vertex count or the polygon count, and also if you have a lot of things like that, it can mess up your UVs. So I deleted any edge groups that were not needed, as you see there. And yeah, so that's what we have, and now I think I'm joining it into one single mesh and unwrapping the object.